All right, there we go.
Was that live?
Live on YouTube.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
Gotta walk some.
Yeah, let's hope we don't knock shit down, huh?
I feel like I'm always like the main focus just because just where I'm seated.
Just wait, because you're in the middle. Oh, man. All right. Well, YouTube, thanks for joining us already for all the people that aren't watching yet. Ugh. Okay. Gonna be a fun one because I'm back. So you know it. What's going on here, Pop Filter?
Oh yeah, it's
I had so much trouble with that.
yeah, it's kind of lazy arm. I don't know what the deal is, man.
It's fine before I left.
Yeah, we don't know what happens.
Okay. Well then, shall we get started? That is an interesting angle here on the YouTube, huh?
It's a lot of table.
It's a lot of table, but I guess we had to do what we had to do.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you're okay with that.
They will be.
You better be. Well, we good to go?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Last minute.
Last minute jingling and the jangling and that's
There we go. Good. Oh, I just started recording. Okay.
Will. I will.
Hi.
Okay. Oh, are you recording already?
I wanted to get that sound bite, but I missed it. I missed it organically.
Ain't that a bitch?
Oh well.
Well, shall we get going then?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Well, Brewnomics, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Brewnom. Let's just start over.
Okay. Let's,
Yeah, that one wasn't awesome.
let's wing it.
We were going.
It's like it never happened.
Okay, unless you're watching live, that's one of the benefits, huh?
Get on board.
Okay.
All right.
Are you ready?
Here we go. In 3, 2, 1.
Hey, everybody out there in podcast land. Thanks for tuning in to another Brewnomics podcast, episode 57. I'm Jerry.
I'm Paula.
And I'm Vic.
You are looking mighty handsome today. Your hair looks great. Looks like you've lost a little bit of weight, put on a little bit of muscle.
Who are you talking to?
Just the general people out there
Yeah.
trying to just be positive.
I know. The glasses, you polished them.
Yeah.
I've noticed it.
Mhm.
I can see my face in them.
Yep.
Well done.
Yeah.
Your
So-
living room looks really nice, Susan.
I missed you guys. It was weird
Missed you.
being
Yeah.
away, not sitting in my chair for a Sunday.
I know. What was that like? It's been a good minute since you missed a set.
Yeah, I think that's only the second one I've ever missed.
Yeah.
So, what can you do though?
Hey, cheers.
Maybe the last one, maybe not. We'll see what the future has. But yeah, I went to Detroit for training for work, and that's mostly beer-wise. This episode, we're going to be drinking some beer that I brought back from Detroit.
Detroit.
Detroit!
Nice.
Didn't get to bring back as much as I wanted to. Didn't have as much space. Plus, where I was downtown, the beer was not cheap.
Oh, yeah.
They definitely had a downtown tax for sure.
I was curious about that.
So you got what we got.
Well, we appreciate you, sir. Thank you.
You guys did. You were kind to me. I thought. Also, I was wondering. I was like, man, they're gonna make fun of me.
Oh, dude, I didn't even think about that.
I
You
know.
didn't. You're nice. Just that I talk too much, and well, we all know that's true. So that's no secret.
We should have had an episode, just like a segment. They're like, so just take it out right now. Say whatever the fuck you want about Jerry.
Right,
now. Right
it
now.
is.
He's not
It
here
would
to
just been
defend
for
himself.
like fucking 25 minutes.
I guess I should have been prepped as far as the beer goes, since I know I'm ready to drink one. I don't know about y'all.
Oh,
y'all,
yeah.
y'all. I accidentally brought 2 beers back from the same brewery. So we don't have as much diversification in the breweries as I would like, but there's definitely a lot of diversity as far as the style of beer goes. This is from Shorts Brew. It is the Soft Parade Fruit Ale brewed with blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, and blackberries. 7.5% alcohol. So yeah, this is certainly going to be a fruity one. These guys out of Michigan, they are Elk Rapids, Michigan. Excuse me. See kind of how we're doing this? Essentially, we have these three Detroit beers, not Detroit beers, excuse me, Michigan beers, I suppose. And then, of course, we still got to have our Idaho beer, so don't you worry there. Oh, shit, where's the bottle opener?
Oh no.
Where art thou? Bottle opener.
There's one on the cooler if we get stuck.
You can just twist it like a man.
I'm gonna use
My hands are full.
I gotta use my foreskin real quick.
It's a good
I
pop.
mean, if you want me to.
This is how I get circumcised.
Wow. Seems painful.
What's it
It's a natural.
say on their website about this, Vic?
Yeah, sure. So, Soft Parade is Short's flagship fruit ale brewed with pureed strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, and blackberries. This rose-colored ale has aromas of ripe strawberries and green with flavors of fresh berries and rye. Soft Parade finishes dry and eminently drinkable. It's 7.5% alcohol by volume, 15 IBUs, super smooth. And yeah, that's about all it says. One of their flagship burrs.
So the first night I was in Detroit, I went to the Wahlburgers place.
Super jelly.
Yeah, you probably should be. It was pretty dope.
Was
But
it?
this was actually the beer that the bartender there recommended.
I was curious.
And he was pretty good. He did a lot of home brewing and stuff. And this place was pretty close to where I picked up all the beer. So yeah, this is the one he said it's kind of his favorite. And I asked him, I was like, what's your favorite Michigan beer? He said this Shorts Brew place was his favorite brewery. And this was his favorite beer from him. So
Yeah, they definitely seem like they use a lot of fruit-forward ingredients, which is not tough, not an easy thing to brew with. So
I can't really remember what his name is, but sorry. He was a nice guy though.
sounds like it.
What do we got on Untapped? Did you go over that or just their website?
Not yet.
I was
So
foreign and not really paying attention.
Untapped has this rated at 3.66. We appreciate your pour, sir. Has an average rating of 3.66, derived from 54,500 total ratings. That's 92,000 total ratings, and 60,000 unique check-ins and 313 monthly check-ins. So this is a very popular beer.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely looks like it. That's pretty good. Well, what do you guys think, Paula? You like the fruit style beer?
Mm.
It smells amazing.
It smells real good.
It tastes fantastic. I like this. I like it a lot.
Oh, yeah. This is one I could definitely, this would be another one, as I like to say, great body wash beer, because it's got a great smell to it.
Oh, it's wonderful. Yeah, it does finish dry, just like the summary says. It's pretty fantastic, though. Although when I'm drinking it off the first sip, I'm not getting a lot of fruit on it. How about you, gents?
I get so much fruit in this one.
You might go back to the description.
So we've got a lot, but I do because this is like a soda to me. There's a no, I mean, it's got a little bit of tartness to it, but it is overall it's a pretty light drinkable beer. Deceptive at 7.5%. That could be a little bit dangerous.
Yeah, agreed. 7.5%. Don't even taste it.
I get the blackberry, and I smell the raspberry and strawberry.
You definitely get the tartier style fruits in there without it being an overly tarty beer. It's not a sour beer or anything like that. Don't get me wrong, but it's definitely a fruit style tart beer. A little blurry. So I suppose all we can do at this point is rate it. See what we think of good old Shorts Brew Soft Parade.
I kind of just like the name, how that rolls out. Short Spruce Soft Parade.
It is a good name,
It's a
actually.
pretty rad name. And after drinking it a little bit more, I am getting a little bit more of that strawberry tartness to it, which is very nice.
Yeah, this is their flagship beer, so it's probably available year round. But this is a great like outdoor summer barbecue beer or something like that. This would be Good times for those times.
Absolutely.
I will give it a. It's a little too fruity for me. It does kind of stay on the palate. I'm gonna give it a 3.5.
Wilson?
I am gonna give it a 3.75. The fruit's not too much for me, and I do really enjoy this beer. Yes,
It's refreshing.
it is
As a
refreshing.
drink.
Thank you.
Fruity, floral. It's definitely a good flagship beer. You know, I think it is one to have.
It's an interesting flagship beer to me, right?
But it's definitely, I think, a good one.
Absolutely, and I think that part of its intrigue, its uniquenitude, is that it's not like an IPA or a porter or something like that you get a lot of flagships. It's
Exactly.
a different type of beer.
So going off all that, I agree with Vic.
Whoops.
3.75.
Nice.
I think it's just a good all around beer. I think if you give it to anybody, they'd be like, "That's tasty. That's tasty AF."
Yeah, I think this is a good beer too, just to get somebody into, like, if they didn't like beers very much, like, yeah, if they were more fruit forward style sort of people, this would be very good for them. This is IPA?
Smoothing.
It's just a fruit ale.
Oh, it's just a fruit ale, so
It's a fruit ale.
kind of wish we had this on our fruit beers episode.
Right.
Well, this would have been probably a clear winner.
And it's definitely a pretty motherfucking drink.
It is. It has a nice rose color finish to it, just with a like amber tinge. Very pretty. Let's see.
Give us a second here. We're having some technical difficulties. That's awesome.
That'll hold it in place.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Okay, so, well, thanks. We have another one from Soft Parade that is very different than this one. So, curious to see what you guys think about that one. But let's move on. Might as well take 2 drinks to the death of The Punisher and Jessica Jones on Netflix.
Aww.
And no surprising news to anybody, right?
We knew it was
We
coming.
knew it was
We
coming.
knew it was coming.
Oh man, it is. Of course, the internet's acting like they didn't, but they did. You did. You knew. We all knew.
You know.
Yeah, that's all I got. I mean, we've kind of beat this one to death, so it's officially official at this point.
Yeah, you think Marvel's going to take it for their streaming service? I mean, Disney. Apologies.
I don't think so.
Really?
I have another theory, but either way, I guess after it's off of Netflix, it can't do anything for 2 years.
Oh, it's just in
I think is the
moratorium like
contract
that.
exactly.
Alright.
So no one else can use it. You can't put it on with these characters in any form of live action. But I guess unless I assume they paid just a dick ton of money to break that contract,
Yeah, money seems to solve problems.
it helps.
Yeah.
It really helps, right? Money is one of the best ways to do it, but it definitely bumps me out a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
But
What are you gonna do?
what are you
what
gonna
are you gonna
do?
do?
What are you gonna do?
What are you
It
gonna
is what it is. There are new things in the light, though. This I actually think is really cool. So there's a new slew of adult animated series coming to Hulu that are all Marvel. I just heard about this and it seems super, super cool. And they actually have a lot of really cool fucking showrunners and shit in there. Kevin Smith, Patton Oswalt, Chelsea Handler are writing and helming a lot of these shows. So
Wow.
Kevin Smith is doing fucking Howard the Duck.
Really?
Okay.
Awesome.
Yep. They're gonna do a MODOK. That's gonna be Patton Oswalt.
He's
Nice.
playing MODOK?
I don't know. He's
Oh,
just in
he's
charge of
writing
the
it.
show, writing
Okay.
it. So, and then Chelsea Handler is in charge of Tigra and Dazzler.
Awesome.
Dazzler.
That's rad, dude. I'm really excited about that.
But wait, there's more.
Oh shit.
So then they're also going to do another series that they haven't helmed anybody for, I guess, called Hit Monkey, which is in the same universe. And then it's all culminating is one final animated event called The Offenders.
The Offenders.
Offenders.
Oh shit, that's awesome,
Dude,
man.
I'm so fucking on board with this.
That's
Mhm.
way cool, man.
Yeah,
Right.
that's pretty great. That's pretty great.
Like I thought it was rad with like Netflix doing that culmination of the Defenders, but like
Mhm.
no way they're doing it animated style. I think that's right. Plus we'll get it a lot quicker. I think.
Possibly, yes,
Possibly.
absolutely. It can make certain delays a little bit easier to avoid. And I wonder if this goes really well, and then Marvel and Hulu and Disney build a better relationship if they pull the Defender series over, and all of a sudden they're continuing on Hulu.
Yeah.
Who knows? I don't know.
Hey, we'll see what happens, man. Money solves problems.
We've seen
Money solves
TV
problems.
shows bounce around networks. I mean, now that streaming services are responsible for like a third of TV shows out there.
Yeah,
Right.
They are.
We were starting to see TV shows bounce from streaming services.
Like, can you give me some examples,
I can.
please?
The first one that comes to mind is Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee by Jerry Seinfeld. That started on Crackle as a Crackle original, and now it's over to Netflix as a Netflix original.
Interesting. Yeah, good call. Okay, that reminds me of a couple other ones that I can't think of.
And even things like BoJack Horseman, which started on Netflix, is now apparently syndicated and playing on Late Night Comedy Central.
Oh, did not know that.
Yeah.
Okay,
So anything's possible.
that's cool, man.
Like Kevin Garnett.
Anything is possible.
So, speaking of YouTube and streaming service and that sort of thing, go back to our video that Vic and I made when he and I quizzed each other about which Marvel character we would be, and I was Dazzler.
Oh, that's fucking right, bro.
Yeah.
Correct, because I wasn't part of that video, but I did watch it, and I forgot you were dazzling the Dazzlers. It's that's pretty cute, man.
Thank you.
So what else do I got? What else? That's cool though. I'm legitimately super excited.
Pretty
about
excited, man. Yeah, that's neat.
I can't stop drinking this. It's so good.
that. It is.
Tasty
It
beverage.
is a tasty beverage. It goes down easy,
Mm-hmm.
man. It really does. Like I said, that's what I'm saying. At 7.5, this motherfucker is dangerous.
It'll get you
Get ya.
in a good way.
Paula, do you know what Hit Monkey is? Have you ever heard of that? With this neither do I. Because I know these are like, if you're in that like Howard the Duck part of the universe, you're getting weird. So that's a little bit further than I tend to run with. If you know Brew Crew, make sure you get at us. That would be awesome. Okay, so according to a survey done by Independent out of the UK, they have deemed the greatest movie comic book villain of all time.
Who might that be?
Do you have any guesses?
Of like, is this between DC and Marvel?
This is straight up if it's a comic book movie villain.
Okay.
So this isn't even modern. This could be, I mean, old school comic book villains in movies. Suppose you could go back to like the 80s and shit, even 70s, as long as they've been doing comic book movies. Okay, I'll tell you, it's Jack Nicholson's Joker.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
Heath Ledger, I even said that was number 2.
Really? Okay, nice.
What do you guys think about that?
Awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'm pretty okay with that.
I think Nicholson should beat Ledger. Because I think Ledger's better than Nicholson.
That is a tough one. I mean, I'd have to know what their criteria is, but
Just the best.
just
Yeah.
yeah. Well, they have to rate like intelligence, like level of crime activity, like who's their underlings, how many people do they have
So
established.
analytical.
I mean,
Whereas it's just-
you
I
gotta
think
have
it's
criteria.
literally, they just sent out like a different, like a poll, like a survey to people.
and then
It's like,
oh,
click the button.
and that's what it was.
Probably.
Okay.
I mean, let's be real.
Yeah, you're
It
probably
doesn't
right.
tend to get much deeper than that.
I mean, Nicholson had Prince.
That's true.
Dude, that's a great scene.
I was gonna say Adrian Veidt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't.
I was thinking like evil plan wise. It was just sort of like
Yeah, like-
destroy.
I was even thinking Thanos, but I was like, oh,
Mhm.
I didn't think cool factor.
yeah.
I mean, Loki, he's a badass villain.
Dude, yeah, look, he was responsible for bringing the first Avengers together in those movies.
But that's it. I
Jesus.
don't even really know who my favorite movie comic book villain is. Comic book movie villain.
But I think it's important to have a great villain because you have great heroes as a result.
Absolutely. And no, and very few heroes show that more than Batman's.
Very true. Yeah, agreed.
Are we still talking about movie or just character wise?
I guess both, but mostly movie.
If you're going movie, I want to say Jeff Goldblum as
Oh, the
The
Grandmaster.
Grandmaster, yeah. It's a leisure jet we're playing.
Oh,
He uses for orgies and stuff. Don't touch anything.
don't touch anything.
It's your birthday. Sorry.
All right, let us know what you think, Brew Crew, if you agree or not. Who's the baddest bad guy?
Who's
In
the
a good
baddest
way.
man in this whole damn town?
Show enough.
Show enough. If only that were a comic book.
Oh my
Should
God, it should be.
So, do you guys have any news? I feel like I've been talking a lot so far. I also thought this would take longer than it has.
I didn't know I was going to be on this episode, in all fairness. I came not prepared, but I did, and Vic and I talked about this before we started the show. I completed the Umbrella Academy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's so good.
Because at the end of the last podcast, Vic said he watched that and he really liked it. So you're about that too, huh?
So good.
Interesting, man. Who would have thought Gerard Way was a good comic book writer?
He's been in
yeah.
it for a
A
grip.
long time.
Yeah.
He's very dedicated
Did
towards
not
it.
know. Yeah, that show was fantastic. And there's, no spoilers here, but there will be a sequel to that, which I'm looking forward
Yeah.
to.
And for those of you who are like, who's Gerard Way? It's the lead singer of My Chemical Romance.
Bringing that back.
Mm-hmm. Weird.
Do they still do music?
No, they broke up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They broke up, and then they're all. I would assume they were all kind of well off, because they were a pretty big band.
Yeah, they're
And
doing fine.
yeah, he got like he got rich. He got rich fat rich.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. So rich he's got fat.
Yeah, sure.
I do that.
If you can do it, man.
Yeah,
I totally
really.
do
I
that.
didn't know that. That's awesome. Good for him, I guess.
Makes
I
sense.
don't want to shave any of my body hair.
You don't really have that much to begin with, though.
But I do shave though.
Oh.
So if I get that rich, I'll just stop shaving.
Or would you pay someone to do it for you?
I mean, I guess someone could do it for me, but I
Yeah.
like to. I have the option to not actually go to work,
Mm.
so I would just fucking just not shave
Yeah,
face, body,
just let yourself go.
maybe like a year.
Huh.
Be an experiment, because I'll be rich. Would I
Sure.
care?
Exactly.
Yeah. Got money.
I think you should do that anyways.
Okay.
So starting now,
See what
go a
happens.
year without shaving anything.
Yeah, we'll watch no trailers for a year.
Yeah.
Paul's not gonna shave for a year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I totally didn't make that commitment. Not rich.
So you guys heard it here,
I
Brew
need a
Crew.
room.
Make Paul rich so he can not shave for
Yeah,
a
make
year.
me rich, so I don't shave for a year.
Okay.
Solid segue.
Solid segue. Next bit of news, and this I think is kind of cool. It's been blown up all over the place. There's going to be a Netflix original movie that is a biopic based around Hulk Hogan's life and his coming to fame.
Oh.
And Hulk Hogan shall be played by Chris Hemsworth.
That's really exciting.
What?
Yeah,
I'm really excited about that.
I'm pretty excited about that. Especially, fun fact, Hulk Hogan and Chris Hemsworth have the same birthday.
Really?
Yeah, do you know how I know that?
Mm-mm.
Because it's the same day as mine.
Oh,
What?
awesome.
And Joe Rogan's.
Awesome.
So I kind of like to think I'm a perfect blend of all three of those men, really.
Oh, clearly.
It's just,
Yeah.
it's a birthday for powerful men.
Yeah,
Uh,
awesome, man. I love it.
so yeah, I'm pretty stoked about this. I'm really curious to see who else they cast in it, because obviously there's a lot of other big old wrestling personalities of that era. Like, who you going to get to play Andre? Who you going to get to play Macho Man and a young Vince McMahon and just a ton of it's going to be pretty interesting.
And correct me if I'm wrong here. I'm just guessing. So Hulk Hogan was a part of the Attitude Era.
No, he was pre-Attitude
Or
Era.
what was the era before that?
Before the Attitude Era,
Please.
oh God, I don't really even know what you would call it. The 80s was kind of just like because that was when it was booming. That was like, I don't know what you would call that era.
So it was the 80s. It wasn't the 90s.
No, not really. Hulk Hogan came into fame late 70s. 80s really was when 70s and 80s was his era. He was still going in the 90s. I mean, he was in WCW. Kind of came back to WWF. So he wasn't really around the Attitude Era as far as WWE goes. I think he might have been wrestling in like Impact or TNA, but Attitude Era is not Hulk Hogan.
Okay. Oh, all right. I was just curious.
Yeah, that's a good question.
So I sort of looked at some of the information here. This is being directed by Todd Phillips.
Yep,
Which is super awesome.
which is super awesome. Todd Phillips is a good director. He's done quite a bit, so that's one thing that I think is interesting.
Well, we got Bradley Cooper as a producer, Eric Bischoff
Eric Bischoff,
as a
yeah.
producer, and Hulk Hogan, of course, executive producer, which I think is fantastic. So you got a lot of the right people involved
Mhm.
already. Yeah, it's gonna be.
I think it's pretty interesting that Bradley Cooper is a producer, right?
I'm
What's
not
that
sure.
about?
I don't
want to
know. I don't know, but
I
I
don't
love
know
it.
either, but I
I love
love
it.
it also. So I know this is one thing. I almost went on a tangent of something that I think would be fun, and maybe if we can think of something quickly, we will. What are we at time wise?
Time wise, 22:57.
Oh, so we're still pretty early. What? So Avengers, current cast of Avengers, Justice League, whatever. I guess superheroes. Somebody that's played a superhero in a movie. Can you think of any that would be great? I guess who else would be a biopic? Like Thor is now Hulk Hogan.
Mhm.
Who else would be great? As like which Avenger or which Justice League member would be great as this old school legend wrestler?
Hmm. I want to find a role for Bruce Banner.
If you turn him into Hulk, he could be Andre the Giant.
Oh my god, that'd be fantastic.
Right. I think Jeremy Renner is Hawkeye, of course, would be a really fun Chris Jericho.
I think that's a great choice right there.
Mhm. It is a great choice. What else did I say? Oh, who did I say Michael Chiklis should be? Bruno Sammartino.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, because he was the Thing. That would be a pretty badass choice. That would actually be a really good choice, I think. I wonder if he can do it in an Italian accent.
Oh, I think he'll find a way.
He'll find a way if he's that good of an actor.
Huh? Who else? What would you do for Scarlett Johansson?
That's an interesting one. Scarlett Johansson could do like she could be an Attitude Era star. I could see her being like Alita Trish Stratus or maybe
Okay.
Tori Wilson or something to that effect. I don't know if I'd go back for like an Alundra Blaze. You could throw her in like the Hemsworth one. She and Hulk Hogan if they bring in like Macho Man and Miss Elizabeth. I could see her being like a Miss Elizabeth or something to that effect.
Interesting. I think Robert Downey Jr. is going to need to be a manager of some kind.
Yeah, he could be like Jimmy Hart.
Ooh.
That would be awesome. He would make a kick-ass Jimmy Hart. He could totally. Yeah, that'd be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I guess you guys can throw out superheroes, and I'll just say who they should be as far as the wrestler goes.
Yeah, because you have the wrestling expertise. I'm just throwing ideas out there for
I like
you. You're hitting them. You're hitting them. How about Tom Hiddleston?
Tom Hiddleston. He could be. He could be like a Rick Rude.
Ooh, okay.
You get into that. Give him like a mustache and a mullet, have him swirl his hips.
Want me to throw out any superhero?
As long as there's been like in a live action movie.
Oh, a live action movie
Yeah.
superhero? Oh,
So you have to think of like an actor that's played we would go in the Robert Downey Jr., Tom Hiddleston's, Michael Chiklis.
Michael Chiklis. I just love that you threw that in there. Let's do Clark Gregg, Agent Phil Coulson.
Agent Phil Coulson. Let's see. He's a good one. Oh, I think I actually had somebody in mind for him too. He could be a Ric Flair, maybe.
Ric Flair.
If he could pull it off. Woo!
Woo guy. Yeah.
He could be. I could even see him maybe being like a Shawn Michaels. Give him long hair.
Man, I'd love to see
Yeah.
the Shawn Michaels. Just a very flamboyant outward character that just is complete polar opposite of how he looks on screen with
Oh,
his Phil
absolutely.
Coulson character.
God, Henry Cavill could probably be so many. I could see him being Ultimate Warrior, Lex Luger. I guess just those two, maybe.
Ultimate Warrior, Lex Luger. We could do who else? Could we do like Adrian Veidt? I can't remember that.
That guy? Oh, he's a tall, skinny, blonde dude. He could be like, Billy Graham.
Billy Graham. Okay.
Yeah.
No,
He was one of the original flamboyant.
Okay.
Like Hulk Hogan took a lot of stuff from Billy Graham.
How about Chris Evans?
Chris
Captain America.
Evans, Captain America. That's an interesting one. Because he's one I've been thinking of and haven't really came to terms with anybody. So I'm not quite sure who I would have him be. Bret Hart, maybe?
That's not bad. Yeah.
Bet he could do a good Bret Hart.
I need somebody to be a good maybe he could be AJ Styles if that were to happen.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, I think we're good on this.
Okay. We can do that for
We're
hours,
done.
I'm
Yeah,
sure.
let's keep going.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Paul's actually checked out.
I think he has. He's done. He's done with it. All right, so the last bit of news, and then we'll drink another beer before we move on. This is kind of what's inspired our main topic, really here, which is going to be old school buddy and comedy movies, and should they or should they not be remade and or sequel. Bill and Ted Face the Music, official title. Bill and Ted 3
Okay.
is going to start actually shooting this summer.
Nice.
And then I guess I put here, shall I read the synopsis?
Please.
Totally forgot that I wrote that. And this synopsis is by, I can't remember,
Okay.
somebody. The director, I think.
Dean Parasol?
Sure, let's go with that one.
Sure.
When we last met Bill and Ted, they were time-traveling teenagers trying to pass history class and win the Battle of the Bands. Once prophesized to save the universe with their rock and roll, middle-aged, and the responsibility of family have caught up with these two best friends who have not yet fulfilled their destiny. They've written thousands of tunes, but they have yet to write a good one, much less the greatest song ever written. With the fabric of time and space tearing around them, okay, why? A visitor from the future warns our heroes that their song can save life as we know it. Out of luck and fresh out of inspiration, Bill and Ted set out on a time travel adventure to seek the song that will set their world right and bring harmony in the universe as we know it. Together with the aid of their daughters, a new crop of historical figures, and some sympathetic music legends, Bill and Ted find much, much more than just a song.
Interesting.
There you go.
All right, so that's the plot line. That's what they're doing.
That's what they're doing.
Okay. So they got families. They got daughters. They had daughters with those medieval chicks. I can't remember the names. So, because they're out of time already, so they've already broken the timeline right there, and just to name a few. We got Bill Sadler, William Sadler in this film. That's the only other person who's mentioned in this cast on the IMDb.
I don't know who that is.
Bill Sadler, he was, God, he's been in a lot of things. He's a really solid character actor. He was in,
Okay.
he was, oh my God, he was Grim Reaper in Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, so we might see a
Holy shit, a
reprisal.
reprisal of the Grim Reaper.
Oh, and he was great as it. If you recall, they'd be the Grim Reaper in multiple ridiculous board games by like Monopoly and Mattel had created. It's super solid. Yeah, but Bill Sadler's been in a lot of different things. He's been in Law and Order, Bull, movies I haven't seen. Yeah, just a great many things. He's a really solid character actor. Oh shit, he was Simon Stagg in The Flash? Awesome.
What?
Yeah. I forgot about that. It was like season 2 of The Flash.
Cool.
Yeah, exciting stuff.
You guys have anything to add to that?
I just want to see it. Which will mean we won't see it for a whole year since they're shooting in the summer. We have
Well, they don't even have like the cast announced or anything like that, so they're clearly still in the casting direction and shit. So,
they got all the right moves though.
all right, well, let's finish up with another Shorts brew.
Now the Shorts brew. Which one's this one?
This is called their Humalupalicious.
Humalupalicious.
Mouthful.
Sure.
It is a complex hop and malt theme park in your mouth.
A theme park in their mouth. I just want to say, I'm looking at their website right now. I want to know who does their artwork because it's fucking phenomenal.
They do a very good job
It's
with it, right?
whoever does their artistry and just their ads, fantastic.
What's their paragraph saying?
So
Sorry.
from their website says Hoopa Loopalicious name derives from the hop plant Humulus. Humulus lupulus. Sorry. Humulus lupulus, brewed with 5 different hop varieties recognized for their citrus, floral, piney, and earthy qualities. Huma is known for having an intense bitterness that is balanced by rich malty flavor. A citrus and floral aroma complements the unique qualities of Short's flagship India Pale Ale. Huma Lupalicious is truly a complex hop and a malt theme park in your mouth. And in my mouth.
I like that they have a website that actually does something too. Like lately, we'll see where we'll go to a lot of breweries' websites, and they have really next to nothing on there, and it makes me kind of sad because it's all like, hey, go to our Facebook page where we don't tell you shit. We just post our different events when we have trivia nights and this and that nights, and not that those aren't good, but it's nice to be able to understand the story behind it a little bit and kind of discover their passion.
Agreed.
So, thanks for that, Shorts. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Shorts.
Shorts. So let's see how this beer is, huh? What do we got on Untapped while I finish pouring it?
Sure. Untapped has this as an average rating of 3.75, derived from 66,350 ratings. It has a total of 120,000 ratings. It was added on November 30th of 2010, so it's had a little bit of time. So 3.75 seems to be like a really awesome rating, even based on the amount of years this has been on Untapped, almost 10 years at this point. And wow, they've been brewing this beer for almost 10 years. Think about that. That's awesome. For craft beer, that does not happen a lot.
So yeah, these guys are definitely OG, but again, Michigan is a really underrated beer state, I think. They do a really good job. There's a lot of good beer that comes out of there. A lot of it that we get here, like Founders is from Michigan, even though I do still kind of have my problem with Founders, but they're here over there.
Yeah.
Bell's, we get here on occasion. They're a pretty good brewery. They're the ones that have that super popular Two-Hearted Ale IPA or whatever with like the salmon on it.
Wow, okay.
Atwater, that was another one I saw a lot. I had a few. They made the Wahlburgers Walbrewski beer.
Oh, nice.
That one was pretty yummy. Same, but since they seem like they have pretty legit beer selection in Michigan. So if you go there, at least you know there's that. I guess let's get into this one.
Ooh, this is a heavy pour, sir. Oh my god, that's fantastic. Just off the nose, very exciting. Definitely get those earthy, piney qualities to it, mixed in with that citrus and floral aromas. Definitely kind of danky. It's got an interesting color. It's very amber to a golden. Definitely an IPA.
Oh yeah, it's definitely an IPA. Like it is. So I've had this one. I've had, well, most of these beers, not the one we're gonna finish on, but the one before this, and then this Humalupalicious. God, that is.
Just saying the actual.
Say it right now, fast right now.
The
Right.
Cumulus lupulus.
It's a good beer, but it is deceptively thick. Like it is chewy. If I remember, that's what I remember. But let me sip it again.
No, you're definitely right. It definitely has a very distinct mouthfeel to it.
Mm-hmm. Like it's not overly bitter.
No.
Okay, that's the interesting thing about it. Is usually when you get a beer that's this chewy, it's like a real bitter, intense hop flavor to it. And this is definitely, I mean, you taste the lupulin. It's got a good hop profile to it, but it's not over intense or anything. But motherfucker, it's chewy.
Yeah. I feel it coat my teeth, almost like a candied. There's a beer that I recall that has like a candied orange peel, specific flavor profile to it. Oh, I can see the picture, but I can't remember the name. You know what I'm talking about? Maybe. I don't know. Probably not. It's tasty though. I do like this beer a lot. Oh man, I can just keep going and keep going. Yeah, so 7.7% alcohol by volume, 70 IBUs. This beer's got a lot happening. Deceptive. Can you taste the 7.7% on that?
I mean, it's 7.7 is not too high. I mean, we're not necessarily in imperial territory or anything, but it's not overly boozy. But I wouldn't say it's deceptively not boozy. Like the thicknitude of this beverage makes you drink it slow.
Yeah,
So it would be a hard beer to kind of get tanked off of.
correct. Yeah, I am noticing I'm taking smaller sips myself.
Mhm.
It's thick.
News.
Thank you. All in my face.
You've been kind of quiet on this one, Paula.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I zoned out after wrestling. It's just not my thing. So I kind of woke up a second ago. With IPAs, with this particular one, it's. I think if you do like IPAs, this is another IPA to try if you haven't had it.
Mm-hmm.
There's definitely features to this particular beer that are different from a regular IPA, and I like it a lot too.
What do you think of that 3.75 rating?
It's aptly rated. Myself, I will go 3.5.
Yourself, you would go a 3.5, huh?
Yeah, it is pretty heavy. I'm gonna venture. I'm gonna actually double down with you 3.5. I was thinking 3.25. I was like, no, it's a pretty great beer. So
See, it is, and
the drinkability is it's difficult because of the ABV on that one.
I don't remember entirely what I paid. I just remember it was a lot. But again, that wasn't necessarily a dig on these guys. It was on just the nature of where I was.
Of course.
My guess is it was probably $4 higher a 6-pack than if I were to, drive to the edge of the city and get a 6-pack or something like that.
Sure.
So that downtown price, so I'm not even gonna go into pricing. But overall, as far as taste, color, smell, drinkability, redrinkability, I'm right there with you guys at the 3.5 mark on there.
Yeah.
Like, it's not bad. I'm definitely not gonna snuff my nose at it,
Mhm.
but I'm not gonna go out of my way to pick it up again. I think I would be more likely, just because it's a little bit more unique and fun flavored, to pick up the Soft Parade over this one,
Oh,
if
yeah.
I'm gonna pick up a Shorts Brewery beer,
Yeah, if I'm gonna go shorts, I'm gonna go Soft Parade.
for sure.
This definitely isn't an IPA for someone who hasn't had an IPA or who doesn't like IPAs.
It's like, I'm not mad at it at all. I don't want anything, it is a good beer, but I could see somebody drinking this and just being like, nope,
Yeah.
Walking away,
walking, yep.
threw the glass down and everything. It's just
Yeah.
like, what the fuck is your problem?
This shit.
Or it's a beer I could see some people be like, Jerry, will you finish this for me? Yeah, I gotcha. Don't worry.
I guess I'll
I
drink it
guess.
Yes. Yeah, this is definitely for a seasoned IPA drinker.
Well, I don't know. So this is the interesting. So when I was at this training, it was a big work training. So we had different roommates and stuff. And the guy I was with, he's about our age. This guy from Kansas City, not a beer drinker. He was drinking cognac the whole time.
Damn.
Right. But I was like, try one of these, man. And he's like, it's hoppy and it's a little thick, but it's not bad. Like, I don't usually drink beer, but I can see myself drinking this.
What
So
movie?
I'm sorry.
Ernie Reyes Jr.
Ernie-
Kansas City.
Kansas
What
City.
What movie is that?
The Rundown.
The Rundown, okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
that was the
Sorry,
whole
I was
time I
like-
was thinking that.
okay.
To Kansas Cities. So
Interesting.
maybe they will.
Yeah.
Like I said, who knows? Yeah. So this was somebody that definitely is not usually into beer and was like, yeah, I could drink this.
Okay.
Well, I can also see with his palate probably that an IPA like this would be something he would like.
Or he was drinking cognac.
Drink
Yeah,
cognac.
he's drinking cognac. Yeah, that's.
But he also was a very black dude.
Was
So-
he? Oh, God, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I had that vision. I was like, I'm not gonna assume. but
Assume he's black, but if he just drinking straight cognac.
That's fantastic.
So who knows? Give it a shot
Awesome.
or don't. It's your life.
Surely. But do.
But know what you're going to get into for sure. If you don't like IPAs or kind of thicker beers in general, this may not be the beverage for you.
Right, yeah. At a certain age, you gotta be like, I'm wearing a condom or I'm not wearing a condom.
Right. Yeah. I'm gonna throw this out there. Should we give things like a Brewnomics recommendation?
Well, totally.
Is it? It's,
I'm down with
it's,
that.
it's essentially our I Tap That series, but we could just start saying, you know
Yeah.
what? It's a Brewnomics recommended choice.
Yes, but I think we have to be careful
Of course.
with
Yeah.
that. You know, not every week you're gonna get a Brewnomics recommended beer
Sure.
or anything
yeah.
like that, but I do love that, like one that stands out, like, obviously for me, because it won our last March Madness bracket, is the Iron Horse Double Rainbow.
Yeah.
That's a Brewnomics recommended
That's
beer
a
when you see
Brewnomics
that. Pick
recommendation.
it up.
It is.
But to be able to, that has to be like, I would think we'd have to roll down some guidelines, like to be officially Brewnomics recommended, that would have to be the three of us, plus probably Will, 4 or above average rating
Yeah.
between all of us.
Yeah, I mean, we can workshop it. I was just throwing it out
Sort
there.
of thing, but
Like,
that would take some toit goit loins.
yeah, we'll get there though.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get back at you.
Word.
Cool. I think that's a fun idea. I like that.
It's a great idea.
So then I'll start just workshopping this right in the middle of the podcast.
Yeah, no, yeah. Sorry to bring it up. I was like, I thought I'd say it.
Hey, we're passionate about what we do, right? We have fun.
Exactly.
There's a reason why we do
YouTube
this.
Right now.
Oh, that's
Is that-
awesome.
Is that all Will?
No, it's Will, and actually, speaking of, I think it's this guy Chris, if I remember the name right, who, speaking of my Detroit roommate, it's one of his really good friends that's a big craft beer enthusiast and kind
Oh,
of nerd. So,
fantastic.
new subscriber, so appreciate that.
Thanks,
Thank
bro.
you.
So that's
Yeah.
awesome. I
Thank
love
you,
that,
person.
man. That's super fucking great.
Mhm.
I think they mentioned I should, when I couldn't find the bottle opener, open the beer with my teeth.
Oh, you have done that in the past.
Yeah, we don't encourage that
We-
anymore for anybody.
Yeah, I got yelled at for that a lot, so I had to stop doing it.
Yeah.
It's true.
I had some pretty sweet opens though.
Well,
Yeah,
you did, yeah.
they were pretty epic, man.
It was like, it looks cool, but not when your fucking tooth chatters with it. Oral hygiene's a real thing, people. You gotta take care of your
Hey.
teeth.
Yeah, you know what? It's your facial handshake. You gotta get on board with that.
Dude, straight up. You know how it feels.
Speaking of
inside.
which, though, if you do make me rich and the boys, I will not shave our whole year,
The whole
my
year.
whole body, face, and everything.
Really
We'll
get
take
on board with
we'll
that.
take a full
Yeah.
body picture. And you know, Rich is like what, like there's 3 of us. I'm gonna say like what, 3 mil.
A million. If you ever hit $1 million, that would definitely be there. So you'd have to just take a picture of your body naked every single day and just do like a 365 hyperlapse. Just
You know what? I'll get in shape during that time, so
That would
you
be
can't see it
awesome.
I mean,
over
that would be
there.
awesome.
You can't see it over there.
especially that you got this big old stringy long beard, and all of a sudden you all shaven, you all handsome and square jawed.
After a year, I
Yeah.
shave, and people are like, "Oh my god, who's this guy?" I'm like, "I
Just
just
look
came
like
out of my
you were-
cocoon."
Just
Yeah.
looked like you were carved out of frozen caramel.
I love it. Somebody get this man $1 million.
Yeah, straight up. Let's do this. Do this.
Well, shall we move on then?
Will.
Do you guys, before we get in, anybody need a break or anything like that? You want to keep marching through?
No, I'm doing cool.
I'm down to clown.
Down to clown. All right. Well, let's get a few movies down, and we'll drink another beer.
Yeah.
Drink another beer because it's gonna take a minute to gulp this one down.
Yeah. Ooh.
So kind of what we're doing is, again, it's buddy or comedy films, old ones that we liked. And if this isn't, we're not saying because there are a lot of sequels and remakes out. These are ones that are under contention, and essentially we're going to have a quick discussion on if they should or should not be remade. Or they may just be classics and not necessarily be remade, a sequel, a third, a second, whatever. And then if we miss anything, let us know. So there's not much of a rule. As you know, we try not to have super hard rules, but the main one kind of that we were going for was, 2000 or before. So not really made within, not necessarily the last 20 years, but kind of right around there. So if that sounds fair, let's move on with it.
Let's do it.
Okay. Do you guys have a favorite, and this could be unrelated, whether it's to make it in there or not, comedy? Like, as a child, did you have a comedy that where you're just like, that is my absolute, favorite, funniest things if I need a laugh? This is the one or the series that I want to plug in.
Tough question. I love comedies. Well, as a kid, if I'm gonna go with super nostalgic, I'm gonna go Robin Hood, Men in Tights.
Dope. Great
Yeah.
answer.
I think if I know I'm in for a good time, I know I'm gonna have a good time. I'm gonna have a laugh.
Mhm.
Robin Hood, Men in Tights.
So mine, for me, it's a lot of Jim Carrey. Right, I could kind of do that, but if I go the one that I watch a lot of, I think a lot of your lifelong taste is determined in your prepubescent age, right?
Oh,
Kind
totally.
of 13 to 16.
Totally.
When you do that, that's almost, not indefinitely, but a lot of times your taste for life. And for me, that was the Austin Power series.
Nice.
That I watched the fuck out of those
Good
just
choice.
over and over and
Good
over again, and I
choice.
still love them, dude. Those will maybe for me what I'd have to say.
Nice. Respect. Yeah.
Movie wise, I'm just coming up as a child right now, you know, so I'm gonna say like baby to fucking 14.
Baby at 14.
Baby to 14.
Not a
Maybe
lot of
Bob.
change happens to you
Yeah,
within those
you know,
years.
well,
Really, pretty
between
much
that
flat
time,
line,
You
growth
know,
wise.
movie wise, I wasn't, you know, I didn't watch a lot of movies. I watched a lot of TV, and when he brought up Jim Carrey, I watched the fuck out of Living Color.
Oh, yeah.
There you
Fire
go,
Marshal
man.
Bill.
That's an if,
Jesus Christ.
dude. I went. There's Jessica. She'd never seen any, and I just went on YouTube, and there's a bunch of compilations from In Living Color, man. And I just went on like a 3-4 hour binge, but just In Living Color skits. He said Fire Marshal
man.
Bill, Homie Claus,
Homie
Vera
Buchanan.
Varicose.
Oh man.
Dude,
Fucking
what you
head
got?
head detective.
Oh,
Oh,
Head Detective. Head Detective.
Super great, man. That was a great show.
In Living Color. In Living
Dean.
Color. Yeah. But as a movie though, comedy wise, because I watched more like action movies as a kid, you know, the original TMNT.
Yeah. It's a
Great
good
choice.
But comedy, I guess I would say, big dude, he lives in a van by the river.
Chris Farley.
Chris Farley. Other dude, David something, who wasn't really
David
good.
Spade. We're talking about Tommy Boy.
Tommy
Black
Boy,
Sheep.
Tommy
thank you,
Boy.
thank you,
Okay.
Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ, I'm sorry.
You're good. We got that.
I mean, those are ones that almost you could lead to segue into that because that's one made within that is a Tommy Boy or a Black Sheep, a movie that should be remade. Or, no, that's a no.
No, it shouldn't be touched
That's
at
a
all.
hard no.
Shouldn't be touched
I
at all.
didn't on the list. There's actually no Chris Farley because some things you just don't fuck with.
No, dude, that man was beautiful. He was a great actor. Just great comedic
Kinda
actor.
like-
Gave so much to it.
The first major outrage that we've seen with Disney so far with these live action remakes, and it's in general a beloved man, is Will Smith as Genie. Like,
Oh man, there's so much outcry about that.
I just
right
love that.
now.
One of my favorite memes is that Harry Potter with where they're standing where Dumbledore is like, you don't stand where he stood. It's like, yep,
Yeah,
yep.
no, you don't.
And you're Will Smith, you great boy, but come on.
Come on.
How about this? How about that? Since it's a superhero age in movies and in TV shows, could they do another Blank Man?
Oh wow.
Oh wow, man, it's a good choice.
See, that's one of those ones
Is that
that's
too touchy?
interesting because Blank Man, that's another one. So Blank Man and then Ace Ventura. Let's just talk about that because that's on the list too.
And they were all in Living Color.
They were all living color, right? Liar Liar's another one I have on the list if we go
Nice.
with that.
Don't
Liar-
touch that.
like
Don't touch that.
so, well, not as far as a remake goes, but I do think we're in a prime world to where there'd be a great Liar Liar sequel. Could still use Jim Carrey 25 years later, whatever it is. Like, I actually would totally be on board for a Liar Liar 2, especially in today's world and the political climate of things and, you know, the PC nature. I think a Liar Liar 2 with someone like Jim Carrey could be fucking fun. The morality of the story, I think maybe not overall, not necessarily morality, maybe the family aspect needs to change and needs to be updated with it, but I'm on board for Liar Liar 2.
Nice. I could see it. I'd be on board as well. It's what I appreciate about that. It has this nostalgia, this magical piece to it, where the movie is pretty much like it's a normal family going through a situation of divorce, and then you have this magical element that doesn't normally happen in movies these days, but it did happen a lot in the '90s, which was, oh my gosh, my son wished that I couldn't tell a lie for a whole day,
Yeah,
and that whole thing sort of happens. And
right now we're just used to fathers lying and not being there. That was a new thing at this time.
Yes, thank you. Yeah.
Uh,
But yeah, no, I think the world could use a little bit of that magical element.
I would think so too.
Yeah.
Which is why I think, to me, to segue Liar Liar, I would like more than a Ace Ventura reboot or sequel, or what was the other one you were saying before that, Paula? what led us into this?
I blacked out.
Cool. Just because, like, humor-wise, you know, one of the main things based.
Blank Man.
Thank you, Blank Man.
Okay.
And things like Blank Man, like humor-wise, Ace Ventura, you can't have your antagonist in the movie be a man that's now a woman.
Yeah.
You know, because there are a lot of people, I've seen articles,
Yes.
and I think it was from Vice, and of course it was from Vice because they're a bunch of pussies. That was like, you know, Ace Ventura is, the first Ace Ventura is transphobic trash or something like that. And I was just like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Like, it was a different time.
It was a
different time.
And it's not like that. And there always, you know, could be homophobic humor where they call their buddy like a fag, or, oh, don't be gay, or is that your boyfriend? Or now it could be like, oh, that's your boyfriend. And you'd be like, oh, you a homophobe? And like,
Yeah.
that was a stupid joke.
It was stupid.
Yeah.
Like, and that was super common
Mhm.
in these periods.
Yeah, we're not trying to make excuses, but there was a different time. The climate was a lot
The
different. back
sensitivity,
then.
we
Yeah.
weren't aware if you needed to be sensitive in certain natures. Like,
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
With Liar Liar though, I think that could be like the next Freaky Friday.
Okay, that's an interesting idea.
Extrapolate.
Well, it's just what everything Vic had explained. It's
Mhm.
a child wishing upon their lying
Yeah.
parent, whomever it may be, you know, just to be like, I want you to stop lying. And it's one of those things that just be like everyone could relate to it.
Could you imagine if you did that and you had to do a major political figure, like, I don't know, I can't think of anybody specific, say Donald Trump. And it's like,
I don't know
how
who
they
that
had to
is.
do a major thing and you couldn't lie. You legitimately physically could not lie. Rather it was Trump, local politicians, governors.
Who's that one dude? Wiener?
Whatever. Who?
The Wiener guy?
Oh, Anthony Weiner.
Yeah,
hmm
that'd be a good one for him.
That's the best last name scandal of all time. Weiner with the
Isn't it,
dick pic.
though?
Yeah.
Gosh, it's so great.
If that guy was involved in anything other than a sex scandal, it'd be like, oh, that's disappointing.
Yeah, like really?
Anthony Weiner laundered money.
Yeah,
Come
yeah,
on!
yeah,
It's all
come on,
That's all it was.
man.
That's all it was.
Come on.
Ask him about his wiener.
So here's one. Let's talk about one maybe we should or shouldn't touch. And this is one that I love it, and I think it could be fun. But let's talk about the Blues Brothers.
Ooh,
Leave it.
I say leave it.
You have to leave it.
You
Yeah.
have to.
I think, speaking of things that maybe you could do then that you can't do now in other aspects, one, the music that they had, I just don't think it would have the same heart and soul as it did then. Mostly because you're not going to have Aretha Franklin.
No.
And you lose there. I'm like, oh, what, Miley Cyrus is going to replace Aretha Franklin? No disrespect to Miley. Or maybe, but I'm sorry, you're not Aretha.
I mean, there's some strong singers out there, but you're not Aretha.
Exactly. So that's one for me. It's one of the greatest buddy films and comedies of all time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hands down. If you have a top 10 list, it's in the top 3 every time, probably no matter whose list it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
You gotta leave it.
You do.
You gotta leave it. I think there are a few that could do the Belushi and Aykroyd chemistry.
There are a few.
And if there are a few, and the ones I'm thinking, and they've already done a remake similar, would be like a Channing Tatum and Jonah Hill.
Totally like that.
Because they have really good chemistry
They,
and stuff like
really
that.
do. I was actually impressed, yeah.
Funny.
Okay.
Good chasings. So I guess that might be too much hat on a hat. You guys, well, I don't know as much as fucking Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly stuff.
Oh, yeah. I think they've sort of reached their end of their buddy comedy demo.
They got the Razzie.
Did they? I heard they were nominated, but of
For
course,
sure.
man.
They got the
I'm
Razzie.
so sad. I really wanted to watch Holmes and Watts, and I'm sad that one ended up shit in the bed. Haven't even seen it, but
It
happens.
Yeah, they definitely, yeah, they put some shit in a bed.
I guess it kind of is what it is, huh? Let's see. What else we got, man? We went through those pretty fast. I got, excuse me, check off. Oh, now I got the hiccups.
Uh-oh.
You do.
Jerry's excited.
It's excited. I can see the boner. I
So-
can feel the boner, actually.
All right, you can.
Dude, I'm like 6 feet away from you. That's like 5
So
feet.
here's one, and let's talk about this. Vic brought it up. I don't know what this is. Iron Eagle.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you haven't seen Iron Eagle.
I don't even know what that is, man.
That's
Man.
fine, because I haven't seen Breaking Bad.
That's okay. So yeah, Iron Eagle, just to help you out a little bit, Iron Eagle is a movie that took place in the 1980s. It was based on this guy named Masterson, and that's the last name. Sorry, I'm really excited. I gotta calm down. Basically, what happened was his father was an American pilot flying for the U.S. Air Force. He gets caught over in the Middle East, and his son, Doug Masters, that's his name. It's coming back to me now. I got less excited. I have to bring it back. Doug Masters. Basically, he's a teenager, and he like hobbles together this team of other kids whose parents are in the military in intelligence and in just different areas like ordnance and planning. Then you have Lou Gossett fucking Jr. heading up the team. And basically, they come up with this plan to go over to the Middle East and save his dad. And it's fantastic. And I think Iron Eagle would be just great to see a reboot or a sequel to it. I don't even care. I know there was another Iron Eagle that came out. In fact, I think there were 3 of them.
Yes.
But
Was there really?
Yeah. And then Brian Griffin like copyrighted one.
I see, and that's why I hear it, because I remember saying something else like, "Isn't that the cat or this plot to Iron Eagle?" And I'm like, I've never heard of it. Okay,
oh yeah, no.
interesting.
Straight up.
1986. That's got a 5.4 out of 10 on IMDb.
Oh god, it's so bad. It's great.
Yeah.
That actually could be fun because I actually, when you're saying that, could think of a lot of modern actors that you would be pretty fun. In this.
Well, it would be good to get somebody like to as an
Oh my
introductory
God, they're
get
up
into
to
the role.
4 of them.
Yeah, there's a lot. But I think it could do for a reboot based on that though. It's just a really solid movie. I have not seen like Iron Eagle 2, 3, 4, or 5, I guess. However, I do think that it can handle a reboot, and I think it'd be fantastic.
Fuck yeah. Let's
Yeah.
just bring it in.
Yeah, dude. Well, it's not really
America.
it's not really a comedy as much as it's like a teen movie. It's just a bunch of teenagers getting together, causing some hell, and then changing the goddamn world.
Changing the world.
You could say that meets the buddy comedy criteria.
Oh, totally.
Yeah. The
Okay.
message teachers is buddy.
Cool.
Changing the world.
So I will agree with you if you say it should be remade.
Paul, do you think so?
Iron Eagle
Yeah.
during this day and age,
Yeah. What do you think?
I think is needed.
Do you?
Oh, wow.
I think it's needed too, man.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. All right. Yeah, I was like, is this just me?
No, it's definitely needed. Like people are just too hateful.
Yeah.
Well, exactly, and that's why I think Liar Liar's almost needed too.
Yeah.
Because done right, if written right, and acted right, that could have a pretty good underlying message to it, along with some great comedy.
So it's
If you
Yeah.
can make people laugh and think, you've really won.
true.
Really one. Jerry's playing footsies with me right
Oh,
now.
I'm sorry, my little pig slivers just
Just right on my
wanted
crotch.
to rub up on.
Now, I want you guys to think about what he just said. He said pig slippers. Now, he's got actual pigs on his feet, just so you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, 1,000%. If you're not curious, you could go to YouTube and check around the hour 3 mark, and you can know what they look like. They're adorable and they're handmade.
There you go.
Or Instagram made it.
Ah, snap.
Oh, spinning around.
Okay, well, on that note, then, real quick, since we got to get that restarted, let's take a quick break, and then we'll get back, finish up some movies, and drink some more beer.
Cool. Beans.
Hooray.
Cool,
Awesome.
cool beans. Beans.
I always have to like re-edit when Paul does that because I'm like, I don't know when he's gonna say something again.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I can stop.
Ah, you're good.
No, I love it.
Cracks me up.
Make it a challenge. All right, YouTube, give us 3 to 5 minutes. Fast forward till we get back.
Oh God, yeah, it's hot.
It's hot in here, so take off all your clothes.
So take
You are getting so hot. You should take your clothes off. Go ahead and knock this down. Sorry if you're looking at my crotch. And then Vic's okay as well. shit. Okay. Trying to get through here. Sorry about seeing my crotch. Sorry. I was gonna say, can't you use your phone to do YouTube, see what people are writing? You know, like on your personal account or something.
What? Oh, yeah.
Instead of looking at that screen, like look at your phone.
Well, if I could find a way to flip it with, just keep it straight with the keyboard, it would be good, but.
Jacob in the church. All right. So we've only had 2 beers at this point.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
How many beers do we have?
Same as
4?
usual.
Just
Yeah.
4, the usual. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I should have done another one during the news, yeah. Here we are.
Well, we're at an hour.
What?
We're at an hour already.
So we got probably 2 more beers within half hour.
Half an hour, yeah. I was saying no more than that. Usually like about an hour 45 now personally, but that's just because that's my drive to Twin Falls.
You see, full unadulterated, like listening, solid. Like, what do you do for the way back?
I won't have to change it. I'll find another podcast.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, like at least one though. Bring it on.
At least one drive.
Yeah.
Pure Bunomics. Bunomics. Don't even know the name of it now.
Okay. You all ready for this? Did you hear, what's his name? Carlo Gawa, aka Shang Tsung? What reprised his role?
Oh?
Yeah.
In the game?
I believe so.
Because I think I heard they're also going to do a feature-length animated MK movie.
Really?
I haven't saw anything
Wow.
solid on that, which is why I haven't brought it up.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I don't have anything to back.
Why have you not brought that up? Because I don't know for sure.
Yeah. Can't back it up.
Can't back it up. All right. Here, Paul, bring us in. Talk about the iTap that, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. All right, we're ready.
Cool.
All right, here we go.
Beans.
I'll in 3, 2, 1.
Hey, Brew Crew, welcome back. I really hope you enjoyed that commercial. I hope it was informative, and I hope it changed your life. If it didn't, then there's something fucking wrong with you. But I say we get into the I Tap That section of our show, guys.
I couldn't agree more.
Let's do it, man.
This particular beer is from McCall Brewing Company here in good old Idaho. McCall's fucking great.
What's our
Beautiful
iTap
town.
that, Paul? What are you talking about? I don't know.
I Tap That? Mm,
Because it's the first time I've listened to this show.
it is?
Yes.
Okay, that's fair. So our I Tap That is, we take a beer that is locally made, so it has to be within Idaho, and we decide after drinking it if we would actually put it within a keg, a regular sized keg, or maybe even like a pony keg, depending on the type of beer or so.
1.5 liter. You know, yeah.
But it has to be unanimous as a group for us to tap that beer. Meaning it should be a pretty good fucking beer if you all tap that beer.
Exactly.
It's a good play on words. I tap that, I would tap that. Maybe you do want to put your dig in it, doesn't really matter. This particular beer is from McCall Brewery,
Okay.
and it's called Devious Intent. It's an Imperial Stout. I fucking love that name, Devious Intent.
They have a lot of good names in general in their beer, I think. I'm a fan of McCall Brewing. We've even had one of their brewers on our podcast before.
Yes, we have.
Kyle V.
Kyle
Check
V.
out the episode.
So Let's see, this is gonna be a heavy one. We got what, 8.2% here? On the bottle, it says Devious Intent is a robust imperial stout full of complex malty flavors and aromas. I feel like there's too long of a pause between them. No, on my own.
Right.
Just ignore me, I'm sorry.
Sure.
I tripped over myself.
Can't rely.
Our process conjures flavor of bitter chocolate, burnt grains, and brown sugar. Please sit back and enjoy our inaugural Imperial Stout.
Awesome.
I didn't know they had this.
I didn't either. That's why I saw it and I was like, you know what? I know Kyle.
Yeah, I've had this one. I think I had it at a few beer fests, because I don't typically tend to buy stouts on my own. What do we got on Untapped for it? Or their website, whichever one you want to do.
Well,
No particular order.
No particular order, so it's pretty light on the information other than what you read. So what I have here on Untapped is an 8.2% alcohol by volume. It is a Russian Imperial Stout, so that holds true to the alcohol percentage. It's 20 IBUs on Untapped, and it is echoed on their website. 20 IBUs, so it should be pretty smooth. It has an average rating of 3.82, derived from 504 total ratings, and it has 628 total ratings. It was added on December 23rd of 2012, so it's only been checked in approximately 628 times in, 7 years? So it's pretty light drinking. So we'll see what's going on.
Well, again, it is from McCall. They're like, what did you say? They have 15 barrels or something like that they brew with. McCall's a tiny town, so you can't really expect this to have massive check-in amount.
That's true, yeah, but after 7 years, only under 1,000.
God, it smells good. Wow, that is a yummy smelling beer.
Oh man, that's smooth all day. Oh, that is deceptive. I like the name Devious. It's a very aptly named beer. And its intent is devious. Dare I say, devious.
Man, this is good. Dude, especially it's so cold and shitty out today weather-wise.
Oh yeah.
Nice little Russian Imperial Stout will just warm you right the fuck up. Man.
Yep.
I'm about this. It's pretty good.
It's a pretty tasty beverage. Ooh, this is gonna be tough to figure out if we tap it or not, though. 8.2% is rather on the higher end for me, as well as a stout. Not
Stouts are
normally-
always a tough one for us to tap.
Yeah.
Right? Because we're not huge stout fans.
Super thick, yeah. I mean, it's almost kind of milky without, because there's no lactose bacteria in it to make it like sort of a milkshake style. But oh man,
That's the thing. This is a tough one because again, this is a good beer.
it's a good beer.
So that's the thing. It's a good beer right now. See, I'm also thinking kind of where we're at and looking at the plus 10 forecast down the road here.
Right.
And it's shit.
It is
It's
shit.
gonna be rainy. It's cold. It's gonna snow. It's gonna freeze. Where we at right now? December 2019, the year of our Lord Cthulhu. December? Oh my God! I just transported us 10 months.
Well,
February.
yeah.
You did.
That's how fucking cold it is.
Tell us
And
what
there's-
Chilling.
in Idaho, our winter tends to truly be in February, which is
Well,
kind of weird.
We've reached second winter.
Second
yeah.
winter. So, oh, you forgot about second winter.
No, I forgot about second winter. Yeah.
So, taking that into account, like seasonally, where we are, I'm going to give this beer a 3.75,
Okay.
and I'm going to tap it.
Okay. Wow. Strong
Full tap.
choice.
Mhm.
Full tap.
Full
Full
tap.
tap.
Full tap.
Pony cake tap.
No,
Pony
pony
cake.
cake.
Pony half cake.
PK.
You know,
Okay.
so I'm going to keep it
1.5
light because I just want it to
yeah.
get me through the
Okay.
season.
Sure.
And I know it's going to take me a while to sip on this, but I know days like today and there, again, many down the road, this is a beer I can look forward to at the end of the day.
Right. I'm gonna double down. I'm gonna do 3.75. I think it's a fantastic beer. I would get this in a 1.5 liter keg. I would get a kegerator for this one, and I think Jerry's absolutely right. It's something I would look forward to, just clearing my head at the end of the day and just relaxing with it. It's a tasty beer. It's just nice, easy, smooth drinking, something that I can get on board with.
So you would tap it.
I would tap it.
Awesome.
What's your rating?
375. So same.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Same.
Sorry, I blacked out.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's been a blackout day for me.
You gotta work.
See, and I'm curious, Paula, because I know one of your favorite Idaho beers is also from the McCall, but it's their cocoa porter, right? Their
Word.
coconut porter.
Right?
So how do you feel about this one, their Russian Imperial Stout?
So the entire weekend I've been drinking Syntax.
Oh, have you?
Great beer.
Great beer.
Great beer.
Great beer.
Great
So
beer.
going from Syntax to this, it's an easy
Nice transition.
transition.
Nice.
Yeah, because it's not too different, to be honest with you. I mean, there is give you, but my whole taste bud right now, it's just all peanut butter and just just chocolate. And with this particular beer, I've been debating 3.75 or 4. I was thinking if I would tap it, and initially I said no, but drinking it more, I thought to myself, I would pudding cake style, and I think a good group of our friends would be like, I would say at least like 60 to 70% of them would be like, yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Or we bring over the big Campbells or something like that. Like
Oh, they
Pete
love it.
Amazon, and we get them over.
Oh yeah, that's like 85, 90.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm thinking of Paul and Matt specifically. They definitely love it.
Yeah. We got to get Paul, one of those guys on.
Oh yeah.
He was great when he was on. We had a lot of fun, and I know Paul and Matt would have a lot of fun and do really well on here too. So eventually, we'll get there. Excellent. Yeah, of course. We're a great beer from McCall Brewery.
Great beer. We
We
tapped it.
didn't see that coming.
Nope.
I saw.
Yeah.
They're one of the more reliable ones. Okay, let's continue with our list. Again, buddy films or comedies that we do or do not want to watch sequels of. So the next one, I'm just going to go at the top of the list. Sequel remake. Let's talk about White Men Can't Jump. Okay,
Let's talk
let's talk
about
about that one. Let's talk about a good buddy movie, a good comedy, a reluctant friendship, the Woody Harrelson and the Wesley Snipes, those.
Oh god, such a great chemistry those guys had together, man. I really enjoyed that.
This
movie.
is another one that I wonder with all the, and a lot of times I think unnecessary racial sensitivity in the world. In a lot of ways there are, and I get that, but
Mhm.
from a humor aspect right now, I think we can all agree people are bigger pussies than they've ever been.
Yes.
Comedy can be difficult because you never know who you're going to offend, and you shouldn't have to worry about who you're going to offend in comedy,
Agreed. Yeah.
right?
It's kind of
And
part of
so,
the job.
obviously, a big part of White Men Can't Jump is the race dynamic. I mean, it's literally in the name of the movie, and I am curious how well you can get away with that today. I mean, what's the last movie? I mean, obviously, we see some movies where you have fist fight where it's Ice Cube and Charlie Day. But they don't. Obviously, the race difference is there, but it's not verbally spoken or
Right.
something. In this, it's all over. So can you guys think of when the last time there was a movie like that, a buddy movie where it was like, say, White and Black, where the race was specifically called out for being different?
I'm thinking of the movie Cop Out that Kevin Smith directed with Bruce Willis and Tracy Morgan.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
But
I do try to forget about that movie.
yeah, that's not a good
You
movie.
take
I,
shits.
I think that you're right. That was
Styles.
probably one of the last vestiges of a movie that really just looked at PC culture and shit on its face. Honestly, I think it was good. It had no reservations about what it was about, and I think we saw it. I think it was much needed at the time as well.
So here's the question then. Ultimately, in today's world, would you like to see a sequel or remake of this movie? Couple of hustlers in a basketball street tournament.
I don't know. If I want to see a sequel.
I would
or
say no.
remake.
I don't
Yeah.
think it would work.
I don't
I
thi-
love this movie. I don't think it would
I think
work.
it worked in the '90s.
So
honestly.
like, you can't put it in like Michael B. Jordan and Zac Efron and just
God,
do
now
it.
I want to watch that. Come on! That sounds amazing!
Yeah, right?
That sounds amazing!
Yeah, with those two
You're
guys,
gonna
I'm gonna-
watch it.
I'm gonna see what's happening.
Oh, okay. Yeah, instantly sold on that casting.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, but there was a street level sort of mentality that was going on in the mid '90s, especially in the minorities. Like, it is just like that's what people wanted to see, and like going back to Blank Man, like, yeah, you were on the street level dealing with what was going
That's
on
what I'm
there.
talking about.
so-
That's why I wonder if something like that would work.
People don't seem as interested in that nowadays, and so that's why I think it would be a hard sell, as well as like the PC nature of it,
Mhm.
of today's culture. Like it would just be a huge clash with what was going on with just the overall, the tone of the movie when it came out in the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So I'm glad we
Yeah.
agree. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh Jesus Christ. Okay. So
Oh, Jason.
we're no on White Man Can't Jump. huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
or no.
I
It
mean,
just
unless it's Michael B. Jordan, Zac Efron.
Then yes.
yes,
Then
then
yes.
yes, then yes.
Unless specifically those two, then I'm a fuck with that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So maybe we're a yes then. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yes, with the contention of.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
Yes.
Man, have you guys seen Creed 2 yet?
I have not. No.
No.
Well, I watched that on the way to Detroit. That was one of my pre-flight or my flight movies.
Mhm.
So on the way there, I watched Creed 2. Speaking of Michael B. Jordan, I guess we're just tangenting that. Sorry.
He's so
So-
great.
Holy shit, it was good.
Was it?
God, it is a roller coaster of emotion,
I
and all
bet.
their like. You definitely recommend watching that one. And then I watched the new Robin Hood,
Robin Hood
Hood.
with
Taron Egerton and Jamie Foxx.
thank you.
Man, it's not good.
Okay.
There are some parts that are okay, but then there's one like 5-minute action scene that's just like the worst green screen clusterfuck. It kind of ruins the whole movie.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
How about this? How about this? Is it so? It's not good, Avi. But is it entertaining and not good, or is it not good and still not entertaining?
There were parts of the movie that I were very entertained by,
Okay.
I
It's just a
was,
bad
excuse me,
movie you
very
can
good.
watch.
but it is a bad movie you can watch though.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I'm not saying don't watch this one. This is one that I would say if you're bored, you want to see some, because I know, like, I watched it because Robin Hood is one of my favorite stories.
It's a great
Love it.
story. Yeah.
So it was kind of interesting seeing their take on it, and boy, it was a different take on it, which was kind of unique. And, you know, there was some fun action, but there was also some real bad acting and some real bad green screen
How was the chemistry between Jamie and Taryn?
Pretty good,
Was it?
actually.
Okay.
Pretty good. I liked those two together. Jamie Foxx couldn't figure out which accent he wanted to go.
Oh, really? Okay.
I'm pretty sure I saw that, but neither here. Okay, moving on.
Fair enough.
Sorry.
No.
Wayne's World.
Wayne's World.
Party on.
Party.
Excellent.
I fucking love Wayne's World 1 and 2.
They're fucking
Wayne's World way more than Wayne's World 2.
Agreed.
But I still genuinely adore both of them.
Yes.
Do we want to see a third? So this is one that if I were to see a Wayne's World, it could not be a remake. It would
Sequel.
have to be a number 3.
Yeah. There has to be a trilogy to it.
Mhm.
I totally agree with that.
And then maybe if it were done properly of like a passing in the torch, but I don't think it would be good.
Yep. I say don't touch it.
Yeah.
So that's like leave it, let it lay. Kind of like when
Yeah,
they
yeah.
remade Dumb and Dumber or did the sequel on that. How fucking bad that was.
Leave it be.
It made me not want to watch the first Dumb and Dumber, and the first Dumb and Dumber is gold. Dude, right? So if you can do something so bad to where it makes me not want to watch the first Dumb and Dumber, you fucked up.
Yeah.
And that's something that I'm afraid a Wayne's World style thing would have the same outcome.
Yeah. Agreed. Well, it would just be rehashing, like, you know, regular jokes from the beginning and, like, from the first movie and the second movie. Because we kind of saw a little bit of that with the sequel to Super Troopers.
Yep.
And I was like, I know that's how it's gonna work.
Which
Like,
still wasn't bad,
it wasn't bad,
but it
No,
wasn't great.
exactly.
You know, especially compared to the first Super Troopers.
Yes.
So that's one of the I think a comedy follow up is the hardest genre follow up.
Agreed. Beyond belief, it's difficult. It's so hard to capture what the tone, the culture of that movie was like at the time, and a lot of the times it's dependent on just the times, man. Like, and it's hard.
Exactly, and that's one thing is there are certain things within humor that are kind of universal or past genre, whatever it may be,
Sure.
certain kind of stories. But there is also a lot of humor that is very much of its era.
Yeah, Agreed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So jokes are only going to land at certain times because these jokes have been continuous.
Rather, it is
observation.
things that are socially acceptable, like as in Ace Ventura, if you can make transphobic jokes or homophobia jokes, which was just culture. It wasn't trying to necessarily be hateful. You just didn't realize you shouldn't say these sort of things. Or tech.
Kind of deal, but
Fix it for my homeless.
I don't know. Yeah, it's gonna be really tough to figure this out. So I hope it's well. I can't wait to see it.
And it's also really going to depend on who the daughters are too. So you have to think about that. It's got to be a passing of the torch comedy.
Yeah.
So which two ladies are we going to see that are going to bring on and be able to really rock that humor?
Mm-hmm.
The only one, there are a few of them, but then again, I think they might be, because I assume we're going to look at like teenage,
Yeah.
right? And I don't know any
Well,
actors. You might think of some
Yeah.
of the girls from like, did you guys see Blockers?
I've not seen Blockers.
Really good movie.
Mm-mm.
That's one talking about of a great example of a cross-generational comedy, because it's all about parents afraid of what their children are doing. Rather it's having sex, doing drugs, drinking. That doesn't matter what area you're from, that's always a fear.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It will always be a thing.
And some of the girls in that movie, there's this one, I can't remember what their name is, but John Cena's daughter, because he has this hot Indian wife, so she's like half white, half Indian. I could see her being Keanu's daughter. Dude, she's fucking hilarious.
Is she?
She was really funny.
Nice.
So depending on who he marries, I could see her being in there.
Okay.
Alex Winter, she's too old, but if she was a bit now, maybe because she's matured a little bit. But if she was like 10 years younger, Jillian, shit, the chick that was in 22 Jump Street, the night before, Seth Rogen's wife, that was pregnant, that gave him all the drugs.
Oh.
Jillian something, I
yeah.
can't remember what her last name is.
That blonde girl.
That blonde girl, but she's super funny too.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to see that, but now I think she's a little bit matured. I think she's about our age. And if you're looking for a teenager, Jillian Bell,
Mhm.
it's not going to work. Or Gillian Jacobs from Community, she would be another good one. But
Oh.
again, too
Cool.
mature, a little too aged. So
Yeah, agreed. So it's just finding that right casting decision to
Mhm.
make sure that they're like enough of a mirror of their fathers, but at the same time they have their own independent like quirks to them, if you will. So it could be that proper passing of the torch. So yeah, I think you're absolutely right.
do you guys want to drink our final beer? Or do you?
Yeah.
Paul's like yes.
More beer. Paul, you finished that Macau brewing quick.
I drink beer.
Damn, bro. Yeah, you do.
At the end of
So-
the day, you need to know two things about Paul. He
No.
drinks beer and he keeps it well manicured.
Oh shit. Y'all, this beer's gonna be nuts.
All
I
true.
saved this one for the end specifically. It's another stout, alright?
Ooh, okay, I didn't realize
Another
that. Yeah.
stout, huh?
S to the O to the U to the T. That's a south.
Sorry, that was nice. But so this is from Oddside. This beer was expensive as shit. This was $7.99 a 12-ounce bottle.
Damn.
Even and granted, this is some downtown tax, but that means this would have been $5.99 at Brewers Haven or something like that a bottle. So
Wow.
this is again Oddside is the name of the brewery. I'm not quite sure where they're from. If you look at, I picked two of them up. One of them, the label completely seemed to have fallen off. So, whoops. All I know is, Grand Haven, Michigan. This motherfucker's 11%. Okay? So, yeah, we getting dirty. This is a bourbon barrel aged Imperial Mayan Mocha Stout.
Say that 6 times fast.
Do
It's a
it.
Stout with coffee, cinnamon, nutmeg, and habaneros.
Hobbit. So it's a hot stout.
We'll see. It might be a hot stout,
Yeah,
depending
hot
on these
stout.
habaneros, baby. And then aged in bourbon barrels. So that's all I got from the bottle. But this is one. So that place, it was called Athens, like Athens Greektown Fun House or something like that. But that's the name of their liquor store. So they have all their liquor and wine and beer. And it's like these Greek cats that run it, and they were awesome. man, they were really fun. So I was talking to them. I was like, hey, this is what I do. What beer do I have to take back? He's like, bro, if there's one, you want to talk about a beer, it's this one. And I'm like, rather it's good, great, whatever. He's like, you want to have a conversation based around a beer? Drink this guy. So,
Really?
right?
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, let's see.
Okay.
Do you have any, can you find anything on a website or on tap for us, Vic?
Sure. So this is their website has this as this stating this. Excuse me, my nose is all jacked up. It says this imperial stout is carefully blended with a Dutch chocolate coffee, cinnamon, nutmeg, and habaneros, and aged in bourbon barrels, smooth and spicy with a warm, lingering finish. So, just a little bit more information based on what you've given us.
So this tells us, it says 11 on the bottle, but this also tells us, oh my God, this thing is like liquid chocolate.
dude, that pours like
Oh my
straight
God.
molasses, man.
69 IBUs too. Woo!
It's that Dutch chocolate, man.
Okay.
The cinnamon, that nutmeg.
my
This is an interesting combination,
With
man.
habanero.
Just like smash it and bang, it's an
Smashing
interesting.
hand banging, dude. This is smanging.
This is
Put your
straight.
smeg on it.
This is straight smanging. All right.
Did you just pour
Oh god, but we're silly now.
Wow,
We're
look at the
silly.
color on this head. You can almost see a little bit of that habanero.
Say habanero.
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 Like that. I'm just being weird about it.
Okay, cool.
Habanero.
It's a
huge
true
to
pronunciation.
it, man. I am super intrigued. What do we got on Untapped? Tell me about that.
Untapped has this at. Ooh, goodness gracious! This is sitting at 4.18 on Untapped.
Wow.
Derived from over 12,000 ratings. It has 20,000 total check-ins. And it was added October 31st, Halloween of 2014. This is exciting.
4.18.
It's a high-ass
So
rating.
we could see, I guess Will's not here, but this may possibly be a Brunomics recommended.
Oh, shit.
I'm kind of nervous about this, I'm not gonna lie.
I think it's a good choice. I can definitely see why you would.
Oh
You
my
smell that?
God.
Yeah, it's a big.
Whoa! Nutmeg. Sin, this smells like a spicy Christmas.
Dude, you know what? Have you
This
ever
isn't-
had
this-
wow. This reminds me of this is a special kind of chocolate. It's a Mexican chocolate that's called abuelitas. It's got a very similar like aromatic profile
Mm-hmm.
to it. It's and I love it. It's a good
Really, I don't know if
chocolate.
I've had some Mexican chocolate. I don't know if I've had that one.
You get that
specifically,
habanero?
but
You get that
I
habanero?
haven't sipped it
It's-
yet.
I can't.
It hits
I took-
the back of your throat.
Does it?
Yeah. Like,
Oh, did you
right
taste
after
it?
you swallow, it hits the back of your throat.
Oh my God! I wish I could capture this scent.
It's the most prominent like spice in a drink I've had in a long time.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, I definitely tasted on the back
It's like
end
you're
of that.
breathing it now, right?
What the
Mhm.
fuck?
Dude.
Okay.
Dude, that chocolate cinnamon nutmeg situation.
And this is a Mayan recipe, is that correct?
That's what it's the Mayan mocha.
Yeah.
Bourbon barrel aged imperial Mayan mocha. Oh my God! I
You
am
gotta be kidding me.
Dude,
Yeah.
this is gastronomy and just chemistry coming together to create such fantastic drinking.
Wow, dude.
Wow.
Part of me wishes, like, almost thinks this is a waste on a podcast. Like, I kind of wish we would have done a video for this.
Oh, dude, yeah.
There's so many levels and complexity to this fucking beer.
And I can taste the nutmeg. I can taste the cinnamon. I can taste the habanero.
Dude, that is
Which
getting me.
you
Yeah.
I
usually
can taste the coffee. I can smell it.
You
and
get
like-
all the ingredients.
But it's not like the habanero is there, but it's not overwhelming. It's not too present. And I think it's that coffee nutmeg sort of cinnamon that balances it out and makes it tolerable.
This is a beautiful piece of alchemy. right
This is a
here.
piece of fucking art.
Yeah.
Damn.
Wow.
Damn.
4.25, Jerry says Brunomics approved.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm gonna go 4.25 as well. Brunomics recommended.
4.25, Polycon says it's cool.
To recommend as a Brunomics unit.
3. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted
We're like, okay, we're
I gave it the same rating.
Oh,
Okay.
right. I would assume.
fantastic, man.
Oh, Will, I wish I would have saved some of this for you, Doc. I'm sorry,
Will.
man.
Yeah.
Sorry, man.
Genuinely apologize for that. I wish I would have saved some.
Yeah.
Uh,
Ooh. Oh, that's a spicy. You know, when they say there's habanero or some sort of spice to it, you're like, oh, okay. I guess it was sort of spicy. This is spicy.
This is the way flavor should be.
I agree. Man. Oh my god. You know what I want to do now? I want to do like a Hot One style like episode, but it's just heated beers.
I would love to do something like that. That's something I've wanted for a long time. And I wish I would have held on to this, is just grab different types of spicy beer. Because I know another one, Ghostfish Brewery, that tends to have a lot of good beer,
Ghostfish,
has
yeah.
a ghost pepper
Get that Ghostfish killer.
IPA or something like that. I don't IPA stout, I don't know what it is. I'm super intrigued by that. So I would love to do a spicy beer something.
Do you want to do some shout outs to whoever's like watching us on the gram? What are they?
No.
No? Okay, cool. Fuck you guys. That's true.
Exactly. Let's keep going with our list. Fuck this beer, man. It's so good.
Tasty motherfucker.
So let's talk about one right now. They recently had a mini reboot in the form of a commercial that was released during the Super Bowl, and I didn't necessarily dig it. The Big Lebowski.
Oh, really?
I love the Big Lebowski. I meant the commercial that they did.
Okay.
It was a
gotcha.
Stella Artois, and he called it, "Can I get a Stella Artois?" I'm like, that's not what the dude drinks.
Our two is
That is not what the dude drinks.
That is not
Dude
what
drinks
the
a Caucasian.
Caucasians.
The dude does drink a Caucasian.
You
Yeah.
fucking, if you, maybe I could maybe fuck with a Big Lebowski sequel.
Yeah.
You know, John Goodman still kicking
mean,
ass.
The big,
If he wants to do
it's
it.
it's such a philosophy. I think it definitely lends itself to a sequel.
I think it could. I think it would work. You could bring back Tara Reid. You could bring back Bridges. You could bring back Goodman. You could bring back Julianne Moore.
Yeah.
Buscemi, obviously you can't. He died in the movie, but still with us. Unfortunately, can't bring back our Lord Philip Seymour Hoffman.
No.
Cannot.
What a loss to
What a
the
loss,
acting
man.
world, man. He was so good. Just real quick, so I went on this tangent of watching a bunch of YouTube videos that was, Vic and I talked about this a little bit, accent breakdowns. There was this movie, or this accent expert does the breakdowns, and he just went through like 30 different ones, and then he got Philip Seymour Hoffman and Capote, and he just critiquing the shit out of him. You know, it was good, he could have done this, blah, blah, and he just goes, wow, it's perfect. Everything about it is. He's like the gestures, the pitch, the tone, the body language. And he was showing like side-by-side clips. He's like, that's perfect. And it makes me sad Philip Seymour Hoffman's no longer with us.
Right.
Isn't it?
Should we drink one for our homie?
I'll drink one for Philip, absolutely.
I also want to say, the
So-
more you drink this, the more the spice lingers from the back of your mouth to the
Yep.
throat.
Dude, this
It
is
just stays.
so crazy.
It just stays.
I'm really glad that guy recommended this.
Yeah.
And when he says a beer you'll talk
is a
about,
conversation
holy
beer.
shit,
This
guy
man,
knows.
he wasn't kidding.
Dude, this cat knows his beers, man. Shout out.
And
Good
it's
for
not
you.
unpleasant by any means.
No, no,
You
no.
know, it's
It's
just
nice.
it's nice. It's
Yeah,
nice.
this is nuts. Okay, so Big Lebowski, we're gonna give that a maybe.
Mhm.
Maybe
Mhm.
sequel. Who knows? I wasn't sure that's how that would go.
Sure.
Like I'm not gonna. I want to save some for Drew Jerry since I live with him. Like,
Yeah.
That's how much I'm like.
See
This
if you
beer
can.
is interesting.
Honestly.
Yeah.
I think you should. I think I would be curious. You know, they've been all these animated remakes lately. Remember when there were those time when animated movies would come out like back to back? Of two, you'd have your Disney and Pixar release, but seemingly they'd be kind of the same type of movie. There's two in specific that I'm thinking of: A Bug's Life, Ants.
Okay.
A Bug's Life, I think, could probably do for a reboot.
Mm-hmm.
Ants,
That was one Jessica was really about. Man, was A
Mhm.
Bug's Life. I liked Ants.
Ants wasn't bad. It wasn't bad, but it's not A Bug's Life.
You think you're more Bug's Life than Ants?
Yes.
See, I really like both of them. And when I was a kid, I didn't ever put together that I was like, oh, this is a movie about ants, and the other one's just about bugs, and it's pretty much the same subject. It never put that together. I was like, these are both just really fun movies that came out like a month apart from each other.
Fair, yeah.
But that's how the industry works too.
Mhm.
You know,
Oh,
like
absolutely.
similar movies come out at the same
Absolutely.
time. Yeah.
Man, I would be okay with it though. I think
Either or.
either or.
Yeah.
Either or, yeah, I'd be fine with it.
I mean, honestly, I'm either. Yeah, I don't really give a fuck. I mean, I'm cool with it if they want to do with. Yeah, I probably won't watch it.
I would watch it when it came on to like Netflix or something.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna jump out of my way. I probably wouldn't even see it like at $1 Tuesday,
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
cheap theaters or something. But I Netflix
They
it,
made
Hulu
it.
it, something to that
It's on the streaming service.
Mhm.
It's Friday night. You're like, why not?
oh right, exactly. Or I've been doing it so much I'm out of town lately. Nothing else is happening. It's there. I'll fucking watch it.
There you go.
You
Yeah.
can only do so many cock push-ups.
Yep.
Which is 0 so far.
Oh, God.
I heard you made it to 1, Paula.
I made it one.
Dude, I was
I
laughing.
made it
If you
one.
guys haven't heard, go back and watch that episode before of the relationship ones. I remember you telling me that story when it happened. Like the next day. It wasn't like I was laughing super hard, but when you told me the story, it wasn't a joke.
No,
Bro, it's
of
trauma.
course.
It was straight up.
Yeah.
Like-
I remembered it too, man. Yeah, and I was just like, no, it wasn't funny.
I was
but-
seriously, I was walking through the airport. I was just in the Detroit airport, just be like, God damn it. Oh, like, it was so fucking. Oh yeah, go back and watch that one. That was a good episode.
I'm truly
man.
traumatized by
I
that.
I can get it.
And I remember, like, it was still like, I think I saw Paul like 2 days later. He's like, I still don't feel right, man. he's like fiberglass is in my skin. Like, it's not like.
Yeah.
Oh Lord. Yeah.
Yeah. Got silly.
Let's talk about Tango and Cash.
Let's talk about
Let's
that.
talk about that, huh? You know, Hanks and a dog.
That could be a good remake.
I think it'd be a solid remake.
So not Tom Hanks, a new person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who can do that though?
Zac
Because a lot of that was Zac Efron.
Zac Efron.
Was Tom Hanks is so great.
Jerry Baskin.
I could do a good job. That's true. But I don't know, man. Like I love dogs more than pretty much anything on the planet. And every time I see a movie based around dogs, I'm like, that looks fucking stupid.
I think it's just the time, the era, the generation. We're not like I wouldn't want to see a new Homeward Bound.
Right. Well, and that's the thing about Tango and Cash that makes it special is this isn't a kids movie.
No.
Like kids can watch it, don't be wrong, but it's not a movie for kids. This is like an adult oriented. You could watch this no matter kind of how old you are. Versus a lot of those, it's like either kids or weird people that grew up homeschooled and. I don't know, just that was rude. I'm sorry, but definitely strange types of people that are like, I want to go out and watch this movie about a dog that got lost.
But there's already a movie out there like that,
That's, I know.
like A Dog's Way Home or some shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's my point.
Yeah, there you go. No, I'm okay. I'm not
Yeah, I
gonna
don't
watch
want
it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna watch it.
I'm good.
Okay, so if you don't mind, because I actually wasn't expecting to come on to the episode today, and so when I got here, Jerry kind of gave me a lowdown, and so I immediately thought a remake of a buddy movie that I want to watch, and I want it in animation still, but old school animation, The Fox and the Hound.
Oh.
Okay. Well, that'd be
Well, in
interesting.
the year of remakes,
Mm-hmm.
or era of remakes.
I don't
look,
want it live.
Fox and the
action or
Hound
whatever,
is in- Is that Disney?
It is Disney, isn't it? I thought it was.
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're right. If only somebody were currently on IMDb and could look that up for us.
Yeah. Let's figure that out.
But as a
Oh.
movie that made me cry as a person, not as a child, as a
As
person.
a grown ass adult, man. But that's an interesting one. Okay.
But I don't want it like 3D animation. I want it
Like this crazy intense
I
CGI
want it
sort
like
of
old
stuff.
school
like they're
animation.
doing.
I want some nostalgia with it.
Mhm. So it is Disney. We're right on that. Good call, man.
I think that could potentially be good or bad, depending on how they do it. But hopefully it would be good because that movie just it's as a friend to these fuckers, that movie just fucking tugs at my heart.
Mhm. Oh yeah, dude. That's a great choice, and it had such a great voice cast at the time too. A lot of them, I think, maybe you could bring back. God, good call, Paula. Good call.
That's all I got. I'm done.
Kurt Russell was in this movie.
Yeah, it
as
was
well,
Mickey
wasn't
Rooney, and he was Cooper. And then
was
Mickey Rooney was
Cooper.
Todd. Probably can't bring back Mickey Rooney, but you can always bring back Kurt Russell.
he? You can always bring back.
KR.
Okay, let's talk about this real quick. And then I'm kind of done with it after this because I've run out of thoughts. So I put down The Wedding Singer, but then also Waterboy. And then just something like some of those really good Adam Sandler era movies. But to me, those are the main ones, especially Wedding Singer. Could you pull off a sequel? Because obviously you can't necessarily do a reboot because you'd still have to use Adam Sandler.
Mhm.
Could you pull off a sequel? Could you bring back Adam Sandler, make it good? When would it be? Era-wise. Like, are you going to make it be a follow-up and instead of the 80s have it be the 90s now? Or could you somehow pull it off and have it be modern times, but yet this motherfucker's just aged like a gem?
Yes. Waterboy, no. I don't think so. I think that type of humor may be a bit too stupid for the generation.
Yeah.
Wedding Singer, totally.
See, I thought so too.
2020, fucking just. It's a musical and it's amazing.
Except it would be like Wedding DJ. No.
Right,
instead.
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Drop that beat.
DJ, drop that beat.
DJ Request, maybe?
Nobody does DJ request what you do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think Wedding Singer would be a good reboot. The other one, I actually don't think so.
Are there any other Adam Sandler movies that, besides Wedding Singer, that you think you'd like to see like a reboot or sequel of? I'm having a hard time thinking of it.
Like Happy Gilmore and Billy Madison.
And I think that's still era movie though.
Yeah, it was an era style. Like he came out with like just a litany of movies like back to back to back, and that was just the 90s.
Maybe
That's what
Big
it was.
Daddy.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
Ooh, right now, actually,
Mhm.
that's a good call, man. I like that one. That's a good call. Yeah. Yeah.
There you go. I don't want to think too much about Adam Sandler and his career.
Oh, it gets a little painful, right? I can't really think of anything else.
Yeah, I think it might be spent on it.
I was wondering, like, what if you were to do, I guess maybe I can. I suddenly just thought of Twins or Junior
Oh,
with
shit.
Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito.
I think it'd be fun to watch. I truly would love a Double Dragon reboot.
Oh, God.
Just
man.
done right.
That'd be nice.
That's like you've been bringing that up a lot lately.
Yeah,
Just
man.
certain
It-
different
it's
Double Dragon
it's been
references here and there.
embedded within me for so long. How much I just
But
want a
especially
better
lately,
movie.
I've noticed that, like, motherfucker needs a Double Dragon reboot.
I got a voice now. Yeah. Everybody listen to me. Double Dragon reboot. Make it good.
Oh my God, this beer gets spicier.
Yeah.
Well, it's almost like eating like spicy Cheetos. I don't know if you had them, but it's just that spice lingers.
Like hot Cheetos.
Mhm.
Yeah, it just lingers.
Gotcha.
Like jalapeno chips or whatever it may be for you.
But I think, yeah, when it warms up a little bit, when you let it sit there, that spice definitely opens up a little bit.
I think
But
you're right.
This is
yeah.
definitely for people who like that spice though. If you don't like a little bit of spice in your mouth, like
No, don't be a
Yeah.
pussy. You got to try this. Just to say
Yeah.
you did.
well, and then
One
people,
way or the
I don't know,
other.
bro. There's a lot of people I know who don't like spice, and I'm just like, whatever, bro. But
Yeah.
yeah, I know for a fact they wouldn't like this particular drink. But for us three, yeah, I know we like it.
Mhm.
Mhm. Cool.
All right. I guess it's about time to wrap up, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. You guys been watching anything, reading anything, playing anything, doing anything?
Oh, just that Umbrella Academy,
Yeah.
man. Finished that series up. That was fantastic. I really recommend that out there. It's on Netflix right now. It's Netflix OG. We talked about it a little bit earlier in the cast.
I'll have to get on that. I haven't yet, but I appreciate hearing that from both of you.
Mhm.
And it has been getting pretty good reviews. So I'll have to get on the Umbrella Academy.
And
for
it's
sure.
it's all story.
Yeah.
It's not like origin at all. It's all just character driven.
Is there any good action in it?
A little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's refreshing when it comes to just like television superhero genres. We're gonna go. Thanks for watching, guys.
How do I end? No, I didn't mean to do that.